Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a video on the books I've read so far this year. My aim this year is to read 15 books, which I kind of set quite a low goal on purpose because last year I set a goal of reading 25 and I just felt really kind of pressured into making sure that I'd read them all. And also last year I had one week when I went on holiday and I read about 5 books in the week I was away, and I definitely don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime again, like this year. So far I've read 9 books this year and I'm 60% of my way towards my goal, so I'm definitely going to expand it, but I just didn't want to set a big goal to begin with. Let's get started. The first book that I read this year was Fangirl by Robo Rao. I'd put off reading this book for so long because I read the blurb and I just sounded like it just didn't sound like a book I think I'd enjoy. It's not that I didn't like it. It wasn't a bad book, I just didn't really seem to think that a whole lot happened in it. There wasn't really much of a story. But I did really enjoy it anyway. Next I read George by Alex Gino, which was about a transgender girl. And the school play at her school this year is Charlotte's Web, but her teacher won't let her play the part of Charlotte because she was born a boy. And I just think it's such a beautiful story, and her friend, the way they fight through it all, and I really love it. I just think it's a really great book, and it is a children's book, so it's written with quite simple writing, kind of like the pages look like this, and the ending is great. That doesn't really happen very often in books. Endings are never great or happy, but this one really is. Next I read Looking for Alaska by John Green. A bit of an unpopular opinion, but I didn't like this book. I don't know, it's not that I didn't like it, I don't really understand why people like it so much. I don't know, I didn't like Alaska, I just thought she was kind of annoying and just too like ambiguous. It really did annoy me that you didn't actually find out kind of what happened. If Looking for Alaska really means something to you and it like said stuff to you like I know a lot of other people think, please let me know like what you see in this book, because I just don't think I get it. And what's his name? Miles. I hated Miles, I just thought he was really annoying, and like he knew this girl for like not even a year and he's like obsessed with her. I'm like, I don't know, I just didn't really enjoy it, but didn't hate it. Actually I kind of hated it. Next I read Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. After reading Alaska, I was so happy to read a great book. I read this because Heather on Bookables talks about it all the time, and I was like, I have to read that book, and I'd seen the trailer for the film. Actually no, I can't remember if I watched the trailer. I think the trailer came out halfway through reading this book, and the whole way through the book I think I kind of knew what was going to happen. I seem to be the only person that seemed to think it was pretty obvious, but anyway, I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I can't wait for the film to come out. It looks like it's going to be really great, except it really annoys me because all my friends on Facebook are like, oh my god, this trailer looks so good, I can't wait to see this film. Like, please. Next I read A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I read it for English, for my English like school stuff. And then next I read The Ask and the Answer by Patrick Ness. This is the second book of the Chaos Walking trilogy. I haven't started reading the third book yet because I just don't want it to finish. Even though it did end on a cliffhanger, I just really don't want it to end. I don't know. But I really did like this book. I didn't like it as much as The Knife of Never Letting Go, but I think it was a great second book. It definitely answered a lot of questions, it made me ask so many more, and then the whole way through you're like, is President Prentice, is he good, is he bad? You don't know. You still don't know. Anyway, I really love these books and it's my favourite series. Next I read Black Heart Blue by Louisa Reed, which is about two twins called Hephzibah and Rebecca. And I think I'm just keep starting this going because I like saying Hephzibah. They live with their parents and their dad is the vicar of their village or town, and is told through the story, through the eyes of both of them, of Rebecca before her death, and then Hephzibah is talking from the point of view of her right now after her sister's death. I just think it's a really great book and it's really sad and it deals with some really sensitive topics, and I don't know. I think like a lot of people I really didn't like Rebecca. She was just like she wasn't a very nice person to Hephzibah or just in general. And I just felt so sorry for Hefsy. She's such a misunderstood person, I think. And then lastly, I went on holiday last weekends ago and I read Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I actually didn't read it. I kind of read it. I listened to the audiobook. It was the first audiobook I've ever listened to and I actually really enjoyed it. I don't think I'd ever have got through the Order of the Phoenix in 4 days if I'd have actually read the book. I think at some point I might make like my Harry Potter kind of like journey or kind of story, like my experience with Harry Potter. So those are all the books I've read so far this year. I hope you really enjoyed this video and me and Mads will be back again next week. Bye!